got me feeling some way. Baby, it ain't that right. You ain't got control of me, so you should just go find someone that'll take good care of the needs that I don't quite meet. Not being rude, but you just need to make your mind up.
Welcome back to another episode of I Am Beautifully Broken. I'm your host, Lamekkiona. Today we have a special guest by the name of Peyton.
Hey.
She is a photographer, and I'm just kind of let her, introduce herself.
Yeah, I'm Peyton, or I go by Pay, but my business is the Fennell Focus because my name is Peyton Fennell, so my last name. But I also go by TFF Photos, so it's whatever you want to call me. I'm from New York, but I live in Atlanta now, and I just, photography is what I do all day, every day, and I just focus on being creative and just highlighting black faces and black people, black brands. Like, I love working with up-and-coming people, so that's pretty much what I do all day, every day.
I love that. We love someone who supports black businesses, not just being a black woman, but just really supporting our culture, because there's some people that really do not support their own culture.
Yeah.
But I feel like what you're doing is powerful because, you get to show it in photography, and that's on a whole nother level.
Yeah, I just realized lately that photography, like, a really important part of it is, like, we're supposed to be documenting what's going on right now. Because if it wasn't for us, like, we wouldn't really have any type of, like, historians. Like, like social studies, history books.
Right.
All those pictures, those are photographers had to take those. So sometimes it's like our due diligence to make sure we're capturing what's going on around us.
Wow.
And, like, why not highlight the black community,
Yeah.
like my community.
I love that. Like, y'all have to check out Peyton's Instagram. You got to shout it out.
Yeah, so TFF Photos, simple just like that. You could type in the Fennell Focus. All of my stuff will come up. You can access my website through my Instagram. You could Google it, thefennellfocus.com. And that has my whole portfolio, things that I'm working on, my latest projects. And that's how you can contact me, too. You can DM me, or you can email me, or you can reach out on my website. There's plenty of ways. I'm accessible.
Yeah. Y'all, I just wanted to take a time out to really let Peyton let y'all know how talented she is, because, y'all, she really captures some really good photos. Like, I'm not just saying that because I know her. I literally have watched her work, and I'm just like, wow, that is amazing. Like, black photography is, like, everything. Like, and then when someone like Peyton, who captures moments not just for the image of black-owned businesses, but for the historic and, like, viewpoint. Like, imagine Peyton's pictures in, like, 2050 or something like that.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy to think about, like, the longevity of a photo. Because I always say, because people always just like, what is it about photography? And I'm like, it kind of feel like a superpower. Like, you get to freeze time. But the main thing is, like, memories fade. Like,
yeah.
And I know a lot of people, especially in the black community, we deal with, like, dementia and Alzheimer's. And It's like, all those memories fade. But a lot of times when you have those photos don't fade. Like, you always have that memory to be able to show someone who may be losing that memory.
Yeah.
So that's kind of crazy to think about, like, 2050.
Yeah.
That's far, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, but to think about it being in that time frame where your pictures are captured, and, like, that's forever. You know, like, pictures that are captured and, like, they go many different directions.
They travel, like, so far.
Yes.
And all over the place. I know, like, in a lot of thrift stores or, like, antique stores, they have just buckets of photos of people, and I'm like, these could be people's families. Like, some pictures are from, like, the early 1900s. It's just kind of crazy to witness. So, yeah, that's the cool part about photography, outside of, like, the glitz and glam and, like, birthday photo shoots and just, parties and events. When you really think about it, like, you're photographing a very important time period in your life. Like, you're putting a stamp on it with a photo.
Right. I really like that, because I look at photos that my mom took of me as a kid, and, like, in that moment, I can just remember a moment, because, like you said, memories fade, but pictures don't.
Yeah.
So that moment when I get to capture that picture, I live in that moment. Sometimes it's not always the best moments, but it is an opportunity for you to capture those moments in your life. Like, my child, he loves taking pictures of himself.
I love the pictures that I took of him. We had it was like an employee photo shoot at Threads Atlanta, is the store that I work at. And he was just perfect in front of the camera. Like, he was just so excited to be in front of the camera.
No, he really is.
He's gonna be, he's made to be in front of the camera for sure.
No, I really say that about him a lot just because he has that momentum that really engages you. Like, it's like, whoa, you just did all that. Let me capture that, because he just has so many moments. So I just say to all the parents, please capture a lot of your kids' moments. Even if it's on your phone, just capture that moment, because you never know how precious it is. Because I can show Bryson pictures of him as a baby, and he'll tell me, that was me as a baby. And then I'm like, yeah, that was you as a baby. He was like, I was so little. I just love those little moments. Like, those moments, so like cute. You said, they last forever. So always cherish those. So my first question to you is, like, I know you talked a little bit about why you got into photography, but what was like what really pushed you to really start photography?
So in high school, I did a little bit of photography. I had this one art class. It was like an advanced art class. Okay. It was called AP2D. And one of my close friends, his name is Javon Williams. He's a super amazing photographer. Like, he's a monster behind the lens. Like, I don't know, he's crazy, but Javon Williams, I always shout him out every time, because he really inspired me to like continue with being behind the camera. Okay. But we had this project we had to do, and I took the pictures on my phone. But back then it was like I had like a BlackBerry, like a regular phone. So then my teacher was just like, "What did you take these on?" I'm like, "My phone." She's like, "No, you didn't." I'm like, "Yeah, I took them on my phone." And she was just like, "Your understanding of like composition and just telling a story through photos is something like you should probably tap into." But I'm in high school, and I'm like, no, I'm going to school to be a doctor. I don't know what you're talking about. Then I went to Fisk University 2014. I started taking pictures for this thing called Fisk Forum. It was like the school newspaper. Okay. So I started taking pictures like my sophomore year for them. And then I was like, I feel very comfortable back behind this camera. Like, you know. So then eventually I just started keeping the camera on me. And then from then I started doing graduation shoots. People wanted to pay me to do it, and I was like, oh, I can make a little bit of money doing it. Then I started doing it. I was just like, oh wait, I actually really love doing this. This is kind of crazy. But yeah, like, I went to school for biology. I thought I was going to be a doctor. But I just was like, I didn't really like healthcare anymore, like working in healthcare. I'm an empathetic person, and I thought I was going to be stone cold and be able to just not take stuff home with me, but it was very hard not to. So I was just like, maybe this isn't for me. So in 2020, I stopped working at my healthcare administrator job in February of 2020, like right before COVID and everything. And then I just went full force with photography, and from then I kind of just like went crazy a little bit. But yeah, that's kind of just like the timeline. Like, I always liked taking pictures. I was always that friend, like, let's take a picture, or like, let me take y'all picture. Like, oh, you look cute, let me take a picture. I try to encourage everybody to take pictures. Like, I'm that person. Like, even now when we go out, I'm like, oh, you look cute, let me take a picture. Like, or if I see people out and they're taking a picture, I'm like, you want me to take it real quick? You want to both? Like, that's just me. So that's pretty much how I got into it.
My story is kind of similar as far as like, well, I'm not into photography, but just
media in general.
Yeah, just media in general. Like, I used to be like so afraid of the camera, kind of like, don't put me on there. Like, I never was the type of person that used to capture moments, but like after my best friend passed, it was more so. I only had 2 photos with him. 2 photos, and we had been best friends since maybe 2013, 2014, something like that. No, like way before that, like 2007, my bad, y'all. I'm like 20, he died in 2015. Okay. So yeah, like, no, it's okay. I've coped with it. Though, so. Yeah, for sure. But I used to think that I wanted to be, like you said, like a nurse or something like that. But I was in this program. I got in this program because basically I was bad. I was bad. Like, y'all, fighting, everything. Like, I just went down.
What's
like
your sign?
A dark path, Leo.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went down a dark path. I went down a dark path, and then it was kind of like I need to pick myself up. So when I joined the program, For some reason they wanted me to speak, and I'm like, I don't want to.
Like public speaking?
Yes, I was like, dude, I gotta talk to everybody. Like, look
right,
that
like in
way.
front of people?
I was like, in front of people, and they were like, yeah, and I was like, why do you think that I would be good for that? And she was just like, you have this aura that you haven't released yet.
People
and I was
just see it sometimes.
And I was like, when she said that, I was just like, my aura. I'm like, what is my aura? I just come,
like you're just yourself.
Yeah, I'm just myself. So after that, she let me speak that time, and then it was just like, oh, I think I can do this. I think I can do this. So I started speaking. I became a mentor like my senior year to a couple younger students. Then I basically had my own conference that I was the host of, and it was basically talking like about relationships and stuff. And my mom installed in me early, certain things in characteristics that you didn't want in a man. So I just kind of feed that in. Plus, like, my mom's friendships like lasted over decades.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like I kind of already got that installed in me, and then it just kind of went history from there. Then when I had a mental break last year, it was just like the speaking was always something that was installed in me, but mental health was something that I gained from that. I saw in myself.
Like mental stability.
Yeah, mental stability. Just really engaging in women, black women at that. Really not, I started doing research like heavy. And then I just found out so much about black women not speaking up about, their mental health. And I was like, wow, like, this is the gap that I need to fill. And I just kind of, from there, I just was like, I'm going to be a mental health advocate, because that's something that I feel like every woman should really take seriously. Because
everyone, period. But for sure, black women, like, because I think that we're just taught to be strong.
Very strong.
We're taught to be that. So it's like, and it's not, I don't even think it's our fault. Like,
it's not.
It's because of just how, like, society has been constructed. Like, that's just what it has fallen on us to be.
Facts.
So I think that's just what has been taught for like years. Because it feels like you don't have any choice. But it puts us at an unfair advantage, because then we think we have to take care of everyone. Like, we're so nurturing.
Right, we're very nurturing.
We don't take care of ourselves. Like, we don't think of ourselves. But it's like, I feel like it's important for us to know, like, you can't help somebody if you're not there.
Okay, yeah. Because really,
you're your best self.
Yeah, you're really taking a toll on yourself when you're trying to help everybody else.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we've been such the nurturing. That's even going back 1920s. Before. Like, we going back.
Before.
You see how
like,
the
so
woman she's carrying herself very strong, very strong-minded. If you see like photos capturing those moments where they look strong, independent, very like elegant, but if you really look deep into their eyes, that's why pictures are game changer. When you look deep into their eyes, their pain is crying for help. Like, and it's women out there who are not understanding that pictures can see that. When you really, like, that's just with artists.
That's crazy, because you know what I noticed? Even when I look back on certain pictures of myself, I'll be like, dang, what was you going through? Sometimes. Or, like, I'll hear my friends say that, or like, oh, she was so happy then, talking about themselves.
Right.
And it was just like, in a picture, you can see so much. Like, it just says so much without saying it. Like, it just really holds on to that entire time. Like, okay, you was at a party April 12th, 2012, but whatever was going on all day, you could see it in your face from that one picture at that party. So that's just like, that's really impactful how you related that to like mental stability and just noticing like where you are in life just by taking a picture.
And honestly, that came from you, honestly. Just looking at your pictures, it captured moments. Like you said, you really capture like women who are coming up, and I looked at those photos and I'm like, wow, you see she's empowered, but she's trying to get there. You see that she needs that support, but she's not getting it.
That's like really important for me. I feel like for everybody that supports me, my goal isn't to be like a celebrity photographer.
Right.
Do I love taking pictures of the celebrities I've had the opportunity to? Of course.
Right.
Like, those open so many doors for me, but I still want my community and up and coming people to know like my ultimate goal is to be accessible to you still, because it's just like everybody deserves.
Right.
And that's just not my goal. Like,
Yeah.
I love taking pictures of celebrities, it's cool, but I also like taking pictures of my friends. I love taking pictures of somebody I met in the supermarket who wants to start their beauty line.
Right.
You know, like,
Yeah.
that I want to still be, I work with all budgets. You know, I even do free shoots. Like, I'm that person. I work for other incentives, not just money. Because I just think it's important for you to still feel like you have somebody in your community that you can still reach out to. But you know you still going to get that fire.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I think that's super important that people, you know, like, anybody that supports me knows, like, I'm never going to get to a point. I could take pictures of Beyonce. I still will take pictures of your kid at their birthday party. You know, like,
yeah.
that's never going to change about me. So
I love that.
Yeah.
That's why I added in the program that, like, I have certain programs where, like, 2, 4, and 6 weeks that basically dedicate to mental health. But the thing about it is, I offer a service in the 4 and 6 week program that I will call you after you completed your basically your ebook workbook. And that was, like you said, just an opportunity to give back, because you took the time to purchase and invest in my vision. But this is an investment to you, to give back to you.
Really investing in yourself.
Yeah, because it was like, it's more than just, you know, you seeing how to, you know, get through things. It's bigger than that. It's me showing you that it's bigger than just you. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than what we make it out to be. Like, mental health is everything.
Yeah.
People don't think about how it really affects your workspace.
Everything.
It really affects how you move, how you think.
Your relationships.
Right.
Like, yeah, how you interact with people, how you interact with yourself, your eating habits,
Facts.
how you know, hygiene. It affects everything. Like, your mental health affects how you walk, your posture.
Right.
Like, it gets real.
No,
Like,
it gets down
deep.
to the
like, that's your
gritty.
whole everything. Like, your mental, it's how you live and operate every single day. Like,
Yeah.
your heart is pumping, but your mind is doing all the
Yeah,
work.
your mind is really doing all the work. And when your mind is done, it's done.
Yeah.
So people have to realize that once it's done and it's over with, it's done.
Yeah. But I feel like people still should know that even if you feel like you've hit rock bottom, it's not rock bottom. Like, you can still rehabilitate to a space where you are mentally stable.
Right.
Like, even if you feel like you got lost, there's still some way for you to get back. It might not be easy.
Yeah, it may not be easy.
It may not be easy,
Yeah.
but there's always going to be a way to get back to, you know, mental stability. There's so many resources out here
Right.
now. This is a resource right here.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Do you feel like if you could do anything else other than photography, what would you do?
Be a stay-at-home wife. I just want to stay at home. No, I'm playing. I don't know. I really don't know, because my whole everything was like science. Like, I love science. I want to be in healthcare. I want to do this. I want to do a doctor. I want to do research. So, like, that was just everything for a while. So
okay.
It's just like, if I were to do anything else, it would be that, but I don't want to do that.
Right.
So
So
what I want to do is
photography.
travel.
Yeah,
Like,
photography is plan A.
Yeah, like, what I want to do is travel the world. Like, I don't dream of any type of labor. Like, I don't want to, you know,
This
like, I
is a
don't want
test,
a
you know
job.
that, right? This is a test, you know that, right?
Test?
Uh-huh.
What was I supposed to say?
No, that what you said.
Oh.
Because a lot of people will go off and say, you know, well, I have a plan B. And it's like, no, plan A is it. Plan A, whatever you...
And it has to work out. And
Yeah.
that's just how I feel. I'm like, you know, I always say that. I'll even tweet that. I'm like, it has to work out because I don't have no choice. I don't have no other choice.
Yeah, because it's a lot of people out here who say, well, I'm going to have a plan B or a plan C just in case. What are you just in casing? I don't even know if that's a word, but
Crazy.
just in
No,
case.
just in case. What you mean just in case? I just watched, you watched the Terrell show? The Terrell show?
Terrell show.
He does like song association. People go on his show and it's like YouTube. I'll show you later.
Oh, go.
But basically, she was saying he would ask her the same question. He was just like, so if it wasn't singing, like, what would it be? She was just like, there was no plan B. Like, this had to work out because this was for me. And if it didn't work out,
I'm gonna do it again.
Kaput
Yeah,
because you have to. Like, she was just like, I don't have a plan B because that just makes me feel like there's any type of inkling that plan A wouldn't work.
right.
Like, what do you need a plan B for if you were confident that plan A is going to work out?
Right.
You have to be confident in it, then it'll happen.
And then if it's your purpose, like your purpose will always make room for you. Mm-hmm. And whatever it is that you set out to achieve, I really wanted to, you see how I tested her just to see. But it was a bigger message in that. She caught it. Mm-hmm. But it's a bigger message in that a lot of times when you're talking to your friends, you unconsciously say that, well, if this doesn't work out, then I have this to fall back on. You shouldn't have that fall back on type of mindset because whatever it is you want in life, that's going to happen for you. It may not be as quickly as somebody else, but that doesn't mean you won't be in the same position or higher. Mm-hmm. Don't think like that when it comes to your vision and what you have for yourself. Let that be the room and the teacher that you need to ensure that it is a success. I don't care if you didn't get orders for 3.5 months and you got 80 the next month.
And that's entrepreneurship. Like, that's the thing. Like, that's what people don't understand. Like, 1 week you can make $3K. Next week you making $300. Like, I literally just saw a post like that. And that's realistic. So it's like, if you don't want to plan, I'm not saying you shouldn't have, like assets to fall back on. Like, maybe other sources of income.
Right, of course.
That's fine. Yeah. Like, people who use their 9 to 5 to pilot or like fund their business that they want to do or whatever it is that they want to eventually let go of. Like, I think that's perfectly fine. That's what I was doing when I was working. I was using that to buy all my photography equipment so that on the weekends I could do that. So like, it's fine for you to have other things to rely on, but if this is your plan A, everything else is just to help plan A. It's not plan B. It's just helping plan A. Yeah. Like, that's it.
For sure. If you're doing like Instacart or, all the...
Lyft, Uber, all that.
It's basically supplying the demand for your business. Mm-hmm. It's always that seed that has to be planted for, it to work out. And we're not saying that, be at your 9 to 5 for forever. Just...
Unless that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard for me because my thing is I'm obsessed with freedom. I want to be free. I want to do what I want to do. Like, that's really what. But some people like structure, like the structure of a 9 to 5. But as long as you're happy doing it, if you're not happy doing that, then find something else to do for yourself. You could keep it. I'm not saying quit.
Right.
Just go cold turkey unless you got it like that to do it.
I'm gonna say I'm on the side where for this job I'm quitting.
Well, no, I'm not saying you can't. I'm saying like you can hold on to it if you're still trying to figure it out. Oh yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
But don't stay somewhere where you're just depressed. Like that's why I left my other job. I was like, this is depressing, bro. I can't.
Yeah. And if a job is taking a toll on your mental health, you need to let it go.
Yeah, because then it's gonna affect you everywhere else. God forbid you're in a relationship, that'll hinder it.
Right.
Like, you gotta let that job go.
Yeah.
If it's no longer serving you, whatever is no longer serving you, let go.
Let go.
Because it's not gonna help you get closer to the plan A.
No, that's true. You
gotta let go of what's not serving you no more.
Yeah.
People included.
Hey, that's a word right there. Because that was my next topic. When you have friends, do you feel like, I know you say that you do some for free and stuff like that, but have you saw in the past that some of your friends tried to take advantage of that?
So it's like this thing with all photographers. I feel like it's like you get invited to a birthday dinner or you get invited to a party And you just think, you come in just to come, and then be like, oh, bring your camera. Don't forget to bring your camera. You bringing your camera? So like that's like a running like joke like with photographers, because it happens, and sometimes I don't think that people like understand like why that's not okay, or like why that makes us be like, bro, like, are you paying me, or am I coming to have fun? Like I just want to have fun sometimes. I haven't struggled with too much of that. But it has happened in the past, though. But I just don't think I don't think they have ill intention. I just think they need to be educated. Or, like, sometimes photographers, like, people don't look at photographers as, like, a really important part of things. And I don't know why it's like that, but we usually get the short end of the stick. Like, when you think of, like, productions of everything, when people are even planning for like their birthday shoots and stuff, you pay so much money for your hair, you pay so much money for your makeup, you pay so much money for your wardrobe. You want to have all the labels down in the photo shoot, but you don't want to pay the photographer. If there's no photographer, all of that, nobody's gonna see it. Right. I mean, you wouldn't even see it, even if you're just taking the pictures for yourself. Right. No photographer. Yeah. You don't get anything. So sometimes I just think that's important for everybody to recognize, not even just your friends, who your photographer friends, or like whoever's friends with photographers, like everybody, when you're booking a photographer, like, like understand the photographer's worth, because they be worth it, because without them you wouldn't have no pictures. Right. And your pictures wouldn't be looking that crispy as you wanted, because like you said, even with home shoots, don't get me wrong, you can take your own pictures now. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying if you want to book a photo shoot and you're doing X, Y, and Z, make sure you budgeting. Right. You're a photographer in there, okay? And like I said, I work with all budgets. So, yes, I have like a minimum I start. Actually, right now I'm running a sale. So, it's like $150 for all of April. I don't know when you're going to put this out, but if you do put it out. Oh, yeah, I am. But all of April, my starting price is $150 instead of the normal $280, like the minimum. So, that just cuts down a lot. So, you can have a whole photo shoot for literally $150, like $200. Right. Just because I'm like, why not? So, but yeah, like, know your photographer, and then like find the photographer that for what you want. But if when you say that, what do you mean? So like so some people like the really smoothed out, polished, airbrush, beauty photographer look, which is really common right now. Right. Which is fine. Like, I don't knock. There's some amazing photographers who do edit like that. But if that's what you want, don't go to the photographer who doesn't edit their pictures. Okay. Like that. Yeah. Or like if you want super crazy graphics, don't go to a photographer who just does beauty. Like, they're not going to be able to. Right. I mean, even if they are capable of giving you what you want, that's not what they advertise to you. So don't book them for something that you don't see them advertise. Okay. You want family portraits. Do you see anything on their portfolio with family portraits? Have they ever taken pictures of kids? Don't be disappointed when you book them to take pictures of kids and it comes out not the way you want. People don't realize that. You have to look at people's portfolios when you're looking for a photographer. The same way you research your makeup artist to make sure they match shades of your skin. Yeah. You need to do the same thing. If the photographer only photographs people who are fair-skinned, why are you expecting your photos to come out nice when you have this beautiful melanated skin? They don't know how to do it. I never thought about that as far as like with photography. Going to a fashion photographer, asking them if they do event photos. Why? Yeah, I mean, you can ask, but like, why? Yeah. They're fashion photographer, Yeah, I get what you're saying. And some people do everything. Like, I'm a photographer. I do a lot, but my portfolio shows you everything that I do. My Instagram shows you everything I do. My highlights shows you all my client work. You see what I do, so you reach out to me for that. Right. But don't ask me to do something you don't see me doing. Yeah, I got you. Because then it's just like, when I try to do it and then you're dissatisfied, I'm like, well, did you look at my portfolio? I told you this isn't what I do. Yeah. And then they get mad at us. But yeah, my whole thing is just don't give your photographer the short end of the stick, because they're playing a big part of your creative mind. Your creative process. What inspires you, like, for someone who comes and like, I don't care what you do, I just want to take some photos, and you just kind of make up the scenery. How does that
that makes you like the, what do they call it?
Creative director.
Yeah, the creative director and the.
So our creative, that's what some people need to understand too. There's a difference between a creative director and a photographer. Some people are both. For me, I do both.
Okay.
But not for every single shoot because sometimes it's just not necessary.
Right.
But I'm always gonna include my creativity because that's what I want to do.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you come to me, usually, if it's, I don't know, I don't like to say regular people, but someone who's not a model, somebody who isn't in front of the camera all the time, but you just want to do something, and you tell me you like have no idea.
Right.
Of course, I'm gonna help you figure out, what you want to do. I'm gonna ask you a few questions, fill it out. What is it for? Okay. What do you want to feel? Like what are your favorite colors? Because different colors, represent different emotions. I'm like stuck on green right now because I'm focused on growth.
Amen. If y'all see me wearing green a majority of the year,
I'm stuck on green.
I'm stuck on growth.
I'm stuck on green. I'm stuck on growth.
Yeah.
Because those are just the questions. You just figure out what you want to do, and then we'll do it. Now, for something like graduation shoots, I don't do graduation shoots often anymore at all because I feel like I've done everything. So now it's not fun for me anymore unless I'm doing something that's different or new. Okay. So I take those are like, you got to come to me with something. You have to come to me with something. Okay. I can't just pull it out of nowhere. I can't. I did out.
Yeah, I'm burnt out.
I've tried it out. I've tried everything. I've done it all. I've done it all, I feel. So I just, come to some, even with reference photos, the reason why you want to take pictures is because you see other people take pictures.
Right.
Screenshot it, send it to the photographer like, hey, this is something of what I want. Yeah. And then let them take, lead the way.
Similar or,
Yeah, but don't come with nothing. Something.
It's like, just give me a little something.
Tell me a color. Tell me at least you want to be outside or inside.
Okay.
Something.
Just give me something to work with. Yeah. Okay, I got you. I just always wanted to ask that because it's like, have I really had photographer friends? I had like one or two, but like now I'm just like, I'm more on that side. Like if I wasn't doing anything else, I would be an event planner. Like, you guys, I would be an event planner.
I love doing that, though.
Me too.
But I like a lot of things. Like,
me too. I
like crafty stuff. Like, I like art. Like, I like create. That's why I consider myself a creative. Like, yes, I'm a photography. That's my main thing. But I like everything. Like, I like to just create. Like, I like to just do stuff. I like to make my own clothes sometimes. I like to paint random stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so, I don't know.
I got to show you some of the stuff I painted on my own. But the last thing, this is the last thing, but it's something that we do on the show. You basically pull out your phone. Hold on. You can use my phone because I see your phone over there. Okay, so you're basically going to talk to yourself in 2023.
Oh my gosh, that is so hard.
And you don't have to, you can call yourself or you can like
myself.
FaceTime yourself.
I don't want to FaceTime. Yeah. I'm going to call me. Oh, I don't know.
You don't got to call yourself for real.
Oh.
It's like ring, ring,
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And you just talk to yourself in 2023.
Okay, I got to think.
It's okay. Take your moment because this be something that knock everybody off. Like,
because what is it, 2022 right now?
Uh-huh.
So like 2023 this time next year?
Right.
Okay.
Like what you'll be doing, what goals have you done knocked off this year? Just kind of like the growth in you. Like you said, the green is your color right now. So what are you growing into as a woman?
This is a tough question.
I know this is cutting it deep.
Like, this is tough. Okay, we ring.
Okay, ring.
Okay, ring. Yo. Hey, so I hope everything is doing, really well. Are you, still happy behind the camera? I hope so, because if not, and if it's not serving you no more, you need to make sure that you're finding some, other outlets. But outside of that, I hope you're happy with yourself, like just being yourself and where you are in life. It doesn't have to be super far. You don't have to make like these super major transitions to be considered successful. You're successful every day because you took a step further. You know that. What else do I want to say? Hopefully you've taken pictures. I'm going to say this, but like, I don't know if it's really going to happen, but I'm going to say it. Hopefully you're taking pictures of Young Thug and or Tracy Ellis Ross. Okay. Hopefully you're moving into a studio, figuring out your studio plans. And yeah, I don't know what else, but more financial stability, more spending time with family and making memories, traveling. I hope you're traveling, because what are you staying at home for? You're an entrepreneur, you can go anywhere. But yeah, continue to love, continue to spread love, and continue to keep your heart open, because that's who you are. You have a big heart. You don't have to fake the funk. So yeah, continue being dope, continue taking pictures. Even if you're not doing the freelance anymore, make memories and photograph those memories. I love you.
Oh, that was good.
Okay.
I told you that was going to be good.
Yeah. It was random, but I mean, it flowed once I got into it.
Yeah, it definitely did. I really like what you said about, just really not being so hard on yourself about certain things.
That's my problem. I've been like that since I was a kid. My parents, every time I'm like having like a little mini breakdown, I talk to my parents about it. They're like, "You're so hard on yourself. You've always been like this. I don't know why you're so hard on yourself. You're fine. Like, I don't understand. Like, I used to be boo-hooing overseas. Like, I mean, I don't know why. I don't know why I put so much pressure on myself, because nobody else is putting the pressure.
Right.
I swear. I don't have no heat from nobody. Nobody in my life is putting pressure on me except for myself.
But your hardest critic is yourself. Yep.
So I just try to continue to remind myself, like, whatever progression you have made, if it's 2 steps, like, be proud of those 2 steps. Like, be proud of yourself always for making progression, regardless if it's not the same progression as Sally.
Right.
That's also on Instagram. When you scrolling, you see she did this.
Yeah.
And you didn't do this yet. Okay. Like, so what? You still did better than you did last week. So that's I have to continue to remind myself that. I struggle with that. I think everybody struggles with congratulating themselves and like being proud of themselves and noticing their own growth.
Right. No, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Because I'll be like, I just had a down week, but imagine I just did like 3 reels this week, worked out, everything, and I'm just like,
but
so
you got out of bed. That's the thing. Like, it doesn't have to be major. You got out of bed.
Right.
People can't get out of bed. There are people who cannot get out their bed.
Yeah.
That person might have been you sometimes. That has been me before. I could not get out of bed. So be grateful you got out of bed.
Yeah.
You don't have to do nothing major. You ate today.
Right.
People be forgetting to eat.
No, that's true.
So it's like be grateful for the little things. Be proud of yourself for the little things. You took a shower. You got out of bed. You ate. You cooked. Instead of eating French fries, you ate Brussels sprouts. The little stuff is important.
Yeah.
So, like, be proud of little things, because life doesn't have to be as intense as we make it. It's not that serious. We're on a floating rock.
Amen.
Take it easy.
That's a word.
Take it easy.
That's a word.
We're on a floating rock. All this other stuff. All this stuff is made up. So just take it easy on yourself.
Yeah.
Nobody's rushing you to try to get to. Where are we rushing? What are we rushing to?
I like that.
It's gonna end eventually. So just take it easy. Enjoy it while it's here. Be proud of yourself for everything you do. You make a mistake, okay. We're multifaceted. We're humans. You could be great and suck at the same time.
No, what you said, take it easy. That is the title today. Take it easy, because people be putting so much pressure on themselves.
Yes.
You gotta stop putting an age on when you are gonna be successful. You gotta stop putting an age on when you're gonna have babies. I had a baby at 20, and I said 25, and I'm 25 right now. So life is not what you make it out to be, is what you do with it. And that's all I'm going to end off with.
Take it easy.
Take it easy. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'm so thankful for Peyton coming to sit with me and talk.
I'll be back.
Yeah, she got to come back, because
I'll be back.
Yeah, we're going to bring some photos she's going to bring some photos next time, so we can kind of.
Yeah, I'll print out some, put them on a print and stuff and frame them.
Yeah. And we'll deep talk on some of the photos. Like the emotions. Y'all know how we broke that down a little bit. So maybe we can break that down. Oh, I like that.
We'll be back.
Yeah, we'll be back. Thank you guys for tuning in today, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.